by people around you. Does it make sense? If it makes sense, my dear people, please type yes in the chat box, because that confirms the participation, that confirms you're with me in the flow of this particular meeting. I would look forward for participation in the form of chat box in the I mean sometime. Yeah. Yeah, now I'm able to share the screen. I was referring this particular slide, my dear friends, passion for success versus passion for mastery. I'm looking for some, wait. Okay, now hope I could make, some sense with this first slide. Rather than having passion towards the success, having passion towards mastery at skills is what we should look at, and gaining mastery in one thing which you like, which might not probably help you earn money, is a necessity, and which will keep you on the rocks, and it will help you roll in a way which you aspire, is the first insight, my dear friend. Second one is the second slide which I'm referring to. The second insight is discipline. Now what happens? You assume a scenario. You know a friend, a professional, you need some help from them. He or she is a master, and when you call them, they not obliging you on time, they not finishing you on time, or they leaving you your work half the way, we won't be happy, right? So here the pointer for all of us is it's not always mastery, but also the discipline. And that's why I've written one line: mastery blooms, mastery takes good tapes with discipline. Unless there is discipline, your mastery is of no use. And that's what the subconscious minds of people around us perceive. They might not look at us telling, okay, this guy is disciplined or this guy is not disciplined. Automatically they perceive, the value gets perceived. Now just think of a scenario. You're seeing the sun is setting, rising every day in the morning and getting set, it gets sets every day in the night, and it has a discipline. You're seeing this earth now. Earth it is coming up with seasons, and it is giving all which the humanity wants, and there is a discipline there. And this kind of discipline, when complemented by mastery, would help you be on a track where you will be exponential. And now I'm moving on to the third and most important slide. Okay, now you have mastery and you have discipline. What is that you should do, right? With just mastery and discipline, you could be at home sleeping and whiling away your time. Just imagine a scenario. After telling the scenario, I'll move on to the third slide. Just, we see lots of people in this world. Some people live for themselves, right? And we see some people living for the family. We see some people living for the society. We see some people living for a region. We see some people living for the country, and we see some people living for the whole humanity. Now, because of this COVID, you see some scientists are working day and night in some laboratories to give us vaccine, and probably they have put 1,000, 2,000 hours by now in last 1, 2 months to give humanity the vaccine. Assume a scenario, they come up with vaccine in next 1, 2 months, the whole humanity will be impacted. You understand? Now the question to you is, when we all of us have 8 hours to work, right? Now, what's the big deal if your 8 hours could actually help the whole humanity instead of just helping you, or you and your family, or your family and your neighborhood? Does it make sense, my dear friends? Please think about it. Now, it doesn't need any extra effort, it doesn't need any extra pain, it doesn't need spending money, right? When your purpose becomes elegant, when your purpose becomes magnificent, when your purpose becomes big, right, then this particular mastery at your skill which you have, and the discipline would take a great shape, and it would propel you, and it will not just make you happy, joyful, make your life worthwhile, but also make many people's lives worthwhile. Now, why do you think I have right? Why do you think I have right to share this particular information? You're seeing this slide, my dear friends. Now you're seeing, this was in 2001 in UK. I started my career as a helper in a restaurant, and then I was doing burgers, I was cleaning vessels, I was cleaning toilets, and right now, in pretty much in 2 decades, this is me. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm into two businesses. I'm also a small-time investor. I'm an author. My book is on Amazon for people to buy, and the title of the book is Mastery: A Driving Desire Journey. And I'm award-winning coach in business and life. I represented India at Global Governance Expedition in 2018 in London, and I worked for few top most firms in the world, dream companies, and I worked for a few Fortune 500 firms. And as part of work and study and visits, I visited 16 countries, and I have put up 5,000 plus hours of social work. And Lions Club International has given me Melvin Jones Fellowship. And in last 2 decades, I touched 10,000 people's life. I am looking forward to reach 100,000 people's life. Now, I'm just going back to the slide again. My dear friends, this was exactly in 2001, right? When I didn't have money. I was just kind of middle class. I was not born with a silver spoon, but I continuously pursued myself in the lines of what three insights which I've been sharing with you now. And today, this is what I'm. This is not probably very great, but for me, for this guy here, who was a helper in a restaurant, and this guy who is in this slide, I mean, I definitely feel proud. But I understand that many people have achieved more and they have done a lot, and I take inspiration from them. And I'm on the journey of working on myself. And uh, I wish all the people here, amazing people in this year, these learning oriented people in this call, and the progressive minds in this call, a worthwhile journey. Let's, in the lines of what, Kamal told, let's get together, let's add value to ourselves, let's add value together to this humanity and make this our lives worthwhile. And I thank you all for being part of this presentation. And I learned something today by talking to you. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Doctor. Yes, Leah.
Thank you, Dr. Vish. It was really inspiring. And our next speaker will be Baron Steven von Cahorn. He is the co-founder at Institute of British Culture, also speaker on cultural exchange, entrepreneurship, UK-China education, and trade development. And hi, Baron Steven.
Good morning. Forgive me, Dr. Vish's presentation has now wiped out everything on my screen. Unfortunately, when the screen came over, all the notes seem to have disappeared. So just give me, if you don't mind, just 1 second to correct this. And I think we're pretty much set now. Good morning, how are you? Can you hear me clearly?
Oh, yes, we can.
All right, is my voice loud enough?
Yeah, it's okay.
It's loud enough?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely audible. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, that's excellent. Thank you. Well, very nice to meet all of you. Thank you very much, Dr. Kamal Panchal and your excellent team for inviting myself and my wife to be a part of this this very special occasion. And congratulations on your success. You've brought together this enclave. It's a very original idea, a very powerful idea, and we're very happy to be a part of it. For those in the audience that are listening, I'll be referring to my wife because she will be the next speaker after me. If I don't break the system or crash the computer somehow in the process. So bear with us kindly. First of all, a little bit of background to myself as an entrepreneur and as an investor and mentor to emerging businesses across quite a broad spectrum of industries. I've had the pleasure to speak with thousands of people on a variety of subjects from business development, entrepreneurship, regenerative medicine, mentoring people to make the most of the opportunities ahead of them. But I've never had the opportunity to address an audience that I consider as important as the audience today. And my words today are not just about business, they're about you. Whatever path you choose to follow, you are the future of this planet. You're the fuel that will drive our civilization forward. You're the minds that will make the difference for all coming generations. But we're passing you a very, very heavy baton, a two-edged sword of Damocles, something that can cut both ways. We can use this pause in our social and economic treadmill to cut with the past and to inspire new paths for us all to follow. Or we can continue our current path and we can trudge wearily to a certain future, the demise of the human species. There are just a few things that our generation would like your generation to fix. Not a lot to ask. We'd like you to fix poverty, hunger, health, education, gender equality, clean water, energy, economic growth, reduced social, racial, and religious inequalities. We'd like you to fix responsible consumption, climate action, disaster relief. When you have a few spare moments, also, if you wouldn't mind providing us with a blueprint for peace and security for all people and for the planet itself. Well, I did say we're passing you a heavy baton, and we believe you're up to the challenge. You wouldn't be here today if you were not up to that challenge. Your leadership in various programs, your thoughtful debates, the skills that you acquire through MUN, these will raise awareness, highlight issues. These will be of lifetime value to you. But will it be enough to serve usefully to fix the world? Addressing all of these issues that I've listed, fixing all of these problems, resolving all of the obstacles, building a brand new world, well, that's a reasonable challenge for you, but it's not your major challenge. It's only achievable as a result of you overcoming your own main challenge, and that challenges every single person on the planet Earth. And it is all about what is inside of you. Yes, we've given you a heavy load to bear. You can bear this grudgingly, or you can consider it the greatest opportunity in the history of mankind. It's a choice to rebuild the Garden of Eden. That's the natural state of our planet. Or we can let the mistakes of the past carry us forward like a flood until all semblance of humanity is washed away. Some of you will elect to serve your society as social and political leaders. Others will go on to become captains of commerce. Some will devote their lives at the coalface of human need and suffering. Others may go on to become great innovators and teachers. Whatever path you choose to follow, you're embarking on a voyage through time that requires two fundamental tools for the journey to be successful. The first one is a clear objective and rock solid determination. The challenge is in the careful crafting of these two tools, and it's the difference between a life well spent and a life surrendered. My wife and I have been judges for Youth Entrepreneur Awards. We've mentored many, many different startup businesses for many, many years, probably too many than we wish to remember. Such a large number of wonderful, exciting young people with vast aspirations and grand ideals to alter the course of human history through the launch of another great idea. Please take my following thoughts for their relevance to your future path, whether it be entrepreneurial, social, political, or charitable. The fundamentals are exactly the same. I always ask young entrepreneurs and innovators what their final objective is. Normally, the response is to build a unicorn, a billion-dollar business, and to launch it through a successful IPO. Well, surely there's a greater purpose and a higher path for the benefit of humanity that is not just about investor returns. There is no clear route to success, and success should no longer be measured in fiscal currency alone. how do we learn success? You can't learn how to be successful in schools. You learn by immersing yourself in the digital knowledge that's everywhere. It's at your fingertips. You will learn more targeted, relevant, and valuable lessons by studying the great failures of your contemporaries and your competitors than you will ever learn from an MBA course at the best of colleges. With all due respect to those of you who have your MBAs, the world is filled with knowledge that is there available for you to reach out to. No matter what your background, you can fill your mind with the tools you need for the future. Do not assume that your brilliant idea, whether it be commercial, social, or a new political objective, do not assume that it will not crash and burn several times under the spotlight of objective scrutiny. Gather people together to tear your concept apart. Is the idea able to survive that? Do people really need or want your idea? You will growth hack and you will pivot until you find the ideal concept market fit. Whether you fear it or not, some degree of disappointment will certainly arise at many stages along your path. However, through disappointment, you can gain clarity. And with this comes greater opportunity to refine your ideas. Just remain true to your vision of your own end goal. It's the concept is in a position where it needs to pivot or the target market changes, that's fine. You're still moving forward towards success. Most great innovators' initial vision has changed dramatically. When the market didn't respond to their vision, they changed their vision a little to respond to the market, but they held true to their overall goal and objective. They were rock solid. So please set yourself grand visions, hold your belief, but at the same time, learn to pivot quickly when you have to, change direction, alter your course, be responsive, but also be focused. Don't wait for perfection in your concept, your idea to launch it. Life isn't perfect. No idea is perfect. Do the very best that you can do to develop a minimum viable concept and share that with the market at the earliest opportunity. Today's great corporate successes release their products as an MVP, a minimum viable product, and then they test, and then they listen to feedback, they enhance their product, they pivot their idea, and then they ship it again until the cycle continues. Eventually, there will be significant user traction. Then you wake up one day and you have a business or a product following that is truly great. Let unfailing excellence in your consumer relations be your brand. And when I say consumer relations, I'm not talking about customers buying your product. I'm talking about people having faith in your idea. I'm talking about people joining your concept, your movement to support you. When you continually strive for excellence, you become unforgettable to those that follow you, to your customers, to the people that believe in you. You inspire their loyalty. To do this, listen to them. Listen carefully. Every complaint from somebody is a chance for improvement. Every testimonial is another brick in the wall that surrounds and it protects your idea. When you fully understand why you have lost one customer, you now have the tools to retain 1,000 or 1 million other customers or followers. Listen to their wants and learn every day. In today's world, we have the opportunity for instantaneous feedback. We have the opportunity to hear the needs of others. We must learn to use those, to adopt those skills, to make them work for us, to build a better world. Plan and build your great new idea as though you must eventually sell your idea or pass it on to other people. But manage and nurture your idea as though you want to own it forever. This applies to your business, to any other path you take in life. Build long-term value for a growing market. There are stories about Silicon Valley overnight teenage millionaires, and others who have risen rapidly to social or political prominence. But they are the exception, not the rule. And in many cases, the concept or that personality has disappeared in a puff of smoke in less than a year, taking the investors' funds or the faith of their followers with it. Your job, your path, is to build a valuable idea, whatever your idea may be. Build it so that it's measurable in terms of its worth to the future opportunity of our race. And start building that right now. This pause in the world now gives us a chance to think about what direction we do want to take, to readapt the tools, to readapt and reshape the path that we may have followed. Take full advantage of this pause. Consider it something that has been placed before you, not as a challenge, but as an opportunity. Build a company or build an opportunity, an organization, an association that you are proud about owning. But make certain that it's clearly valuable enough for somebody else to want to buy it or take it over or assume responsibility after you have led the way. Your destiny and the opportunity along this road is limitless. Just keep focused upon your destination and take the corners as they come. You see, success in today's entrepreneurial focused world is no longer simply climbing the career ladder. Today, you need to move in many directions, often on very, very short notice, and you have to be prepared to pivot your business or idea to achieve traction in your market. One more important thought, don't try to travel the road alone. Surround yourself with like-minded supporters, people who have already gone down the path that you're embarking on. If you do not find like-minded people that you respect and trust, keep looking. When you do find like-minded people that you respect and trust, hopefully they'll be willing to follow your path with you, to share your journey, to help you illuminate your vision and lighten your load. Be sure to reach out for expertise and skills that you do not have, but hold fast to your personal ideals and values. Do not let anybody override them unless you can be proven that they are completely wrong. Don't waste time trying to travel or do everything yourself along the road. Outsource if you haven't got the skills. Find experts. They're commonly available online. You only have to look for them. Anything that you need for your business is not an obstacle. It's an opportunity to find somebody to help you along the way. As members of the new world after COVID-19, let us all seek a vision for the future that goes far beyond the ring of a stock exchange bell. We seek determination and inspiration in the founding teams for all new ideas. We want to have a clear understanding of where any new innovation, whether it be commercial, social, or economic, where will it lead in terms of making a genuine difference on a global scale. New ideas are great, but what will they do for the rest of humanity? What is their real value to the world and to our future? Let us now start with a new economic divide. Speculation and investment are two different actions. People who buy into businesses that promise a better food delivery service or cheaper taxi rides or better productivity software or faster communications or transport, people who buy into these new businesses are simply speculating that the horse that they bet on will overcome its competitors and its commercial rivals now and also in the future. That is speculating. Investing in the new world should be a different course of action, whether it be in your future business or whether you're investing your time, your energy, your money into another person's business, idea, or innovation. My dream is to see the world of tomorrow forged by a different set of ideals based upon enterprises that have a vision beyond monetary measurement, one that's measured by service to humanity and true social value. By this, I don't mean clumsy and unreliable carbon footprint promises. I'm not speaking about giant corporations who finally share a tiny tax-deductible portion of their revenues for some questionable charitable causes. I'm referring to a genuine measurement of a business's commitment to broader human ideals. That commitment could take many forms, but it must be accountable. It should be a global index that underpins consideration in all future investment. And it starts with you. Whatever our political persuasion, our faith, our heritage, our social or economic background, we're all made of the same stuff: skin, bone, intelligence, and hope. And as you look down the long path of your future and you apply the two essential tools for your journey, please do not just look to the greater good, but grasp it, shape it, fashion it with your objectives, then believe with all your heart that you will achieve them. Your passion and innovation is an inspiration to all of us here. And it certainly makes me feel a lot more comfortable about the future of humanity. It's the power of you that will fuel the future. I have a question for you. Will the last words that you utter in your final hours be, "I survived what happened," or "I made what happened"? Use everything that's inside you to reshape a better new future for humanity. We can all contribute in our own small ways. Thank you very much for listening to me. It's lovely to have spent this time with you. And I do want to leave you, if I'm technically able to, with a short video. I would ask at this stage, Kamal, if you might be able to allow me to share my screen. This is a poem that I wrote and illustrated to help us all become a little bit more aware of what has been done to the world until now, and the responsibility that my generation has to face for that, for the world that we have left to you. Thank you so much. Let me now see if there's any way in the world that I can successfully get this video shared. Can you all still hear me? Kamal, can you hear me? You can. Excellent. Okay, I can't hear you. Let me see if I can do this successfully now. Can you see that?
The jellyfish.
I stood upon a deserted pier and I gazed across the sea. Amongst the drifting rubbish, a face glared up at me. "You there," said the jellyfish, "what brings you to my place? Why pollute my lovely waters? Why not foul your own home place?" I looked at the sea around him and I knew that he was right. We'd made his crystal waters pitch black and dark as night. Humans think they own the world, but you're just a new arrival. We've been here for ages and we're masters at survival. We do not try to change the world and adapt it to our need. We do not steal its rich resource to satisfy our greed. Everywhere you humans go, you leave destruction, waste, and sorrow. You consume our world's resources as though there's no tomorrow. The ocean's children cried as one, "Go back to your dying land, hear the voice of our shattered world and try to understand. You can't sense our scared resistance with your inflated sense of worth. Your momentary human existence should not cost us our lovely earth." The jellyfish changed my thoughts that day when he asked me by what right we intrude upon the world and do with it as we might. So I stopped and I looked and I listened as Earth's children cried with pain. Everywhere I ventured, the message was the same. "You there," screeched the seagull, "what is that on the sand? Why not leave your plastic scraps on someone else's land?" I saw a white cloud drifting by. It was light and bright and breezy. It passed over miles of industrial land, and it came out black and greasy. The ocean gently kissed the beach, but I watched the wave recoil, for instead of finding pure white sand, it found slicks of waste and oil. Somewhere off the coastline, an oil pipe had broken. The president said, "I'll fix this mess." But his words were just a token.
The oil company would not admit that the cause was pure neglect, and 1 million lives have now been lost, and their habitat is wrecked. Don't fight for me, cried Mother Earth, for I am yours to share. If you rape me, as you always have, there'll soon be nothing there. Far away, a nation burns, lives, homes, and land are lost. Politicians didn't plan for this once they calculated the cost. Across another ocean in a land far, far away, deadly nuclear waters had been emptied in a bay. The reactor had caught fire, and as it slowly burned away, the politicians wiped their hands, an act of God, they say. Why me, screamed every tree as one by one they fell. Why me, screamed the timber yards with no more trees to sell. Don't fight for me, cried Mother Earth, for I am yours to share. If you rape me, as you always have, there'll soon be nothing there. The poor trout spawns her young upstream to give them all fresh breath, only to watch them swim back down and slowly choke to death. Don't flood me, cried the valley, for I have sons and daughters, but still the valley's children drown beneath hydroelectric waters. Don't hurt me, cried the harp seal. You don't need my skin for clothes, but you still invade my home, and you kill my brothers off in droves. You leave my sisters weeping, and the ice blood red with death. You sneak up while we're sleeping, and you steal away our breath. Don't fight for me, cried Mother Earth, for I am yours to share. If you rape me, as you always have, there'll soon be nothing there. Everywhere I turned to listen, Earth's children cried in pain. Some humans tried to help them, but their efforts were in vain. It'll take more than faceless charities to slow this deadly pace of destruction and consumption wreaked by the human race. We could learn from the humble creatures whose survival should inspire us, but our poison spreads across the earth just like a deadly virus. Humans will become extinct. It's very clear to see. It will happen when we cause the death of the very last queen bee. The jellyfish had drifted by, but his message will last forever. It's not too late to save the world if we could only pull together. Sadly, we can now predict the stupid errors that we'll make. The politicians need re-electing, so they'll put our lives at stake. World economies are struggling. There's no real value left in store. The economists are juggling, so it's a profitable time for war. So again, the armies muster and the missiles start to fly. The sounds of screams and tearing steel begin to fill the sky. Peace and quiet and home and hearth are simply blown asunder, which only proves man makes more noise than Mother Nature's thunder. Don't fight for me, cried Mother Earth, for I am yours to share if you rape me as you always have.
Well, could you hear that?
Yes.
I can't. Yes?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so nice.
Okay, as long as this
Very
audio.
meaningful nowadays.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for sharing these things with us.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for having me. What I'll do now, I believe is it my wife speaking next?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. Then give me one moment and I shall bring her in and set up for her. Just 1 second.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
Leah, can you share her pictures for now?
Okay, and our next speaker, as the Baron said, the Baroness Annette. She's an expert in Western etiquette and an experienced teacher. She established the first business finishing school in Sydney, Australia. And also she says etiquette is the first and the only global language.
No, but where is my,
You're on.
where are my notes?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Her Excellency. How are you doing today?
I'm very, very well, thank you. How are you all doing?
We all are good, I think.
You're good?
Yes.
I'm just waiting for my husband to set up for me. I just wanted to say, firstly, thank you out to our organizers and host, Dr. Kamal and his wonderful team at Model United Nations. Can you see me?
Of course, of course.
Okay, okay. Well, before I go into my message to you all, I'm sure that you all were really touched by my husband's poem that he wrote. And I just wanted to say to you that he didn't tell you, but he actually wrote that in his mid-20s. So
Wow.
even then, he had such a great vision. And when we first met, this was one of the poems that he read to me. And I said, you know, you need to let the world know about that. Now, 31 years later, and in fact, we celebrated our 31 years together this week. And I said to him, now it is time. And it was our dear nephew, actually, that was quite emotional about the whole poem, that he decided to get it out there. And this is what we're doing, is sending the message of what he believes, what I believe, and what the world believes we should be today. So, good afternoon, everybody. I trust you are all safe and well. It is a great honor to be here with you at Model United Nations today. It's so important for us to come together to explore every opportunity to keep our children of the world focused through their learning, through all possible means, in particular through this difficult time of COVID-19. We need to reach out to those children and families whose lives have changed all of a sudden to a world of fear and illness. You are the ambassadors of Model United Nations, the future leaders of the United Nations, a future filled for you with opportunities to learn about countries around the world, the challenges you will foresee, and achieve solutions to all the global problems that will affect us all. The traits of a Model United Nations student: confidence, teamwork, leadership skills, and respect. They all equal success. Model United Nations is a fantastic opportunity for all students to become great leaders of the world. And for this reason alone, student mental health is a priority. After the darkness emerges the butterfly, the symbol of beauty, opportunity, and freedom. The opportunity ahead is boundless, and it all starts with making the most of the real you. COVID-19 pandemic has put a huge strain on our world. It has changed the way we think. The effects have caused anxiety, depression, insecurity, loneliness, financial losses, and worst of all, self-doubt. We are all hopefully following the correct medical advice in doing what is right to protect ourselves and others, from washing our hands for 20 seconds at regular intervals throughout the day, making sure we look after our mental health, exercising our brain and body, remaining active and positive, eating healthily, and being more creative in our home with our siblings, our family. Learning how to cook for those of you who've never cooked before, what a challenge, and a creative challenge. Learning about music, or even learning to play a musical instrument. Of course, reading is very much part of your world. But a new language, something I'm sure that you all do, because again, that is part of what you do. Challenge your mind through these tough times. Doing something out of the normal day's routine is very good for the mind. I know that most of you are studying at home, and whilst you're studying at home, you must remember also your health, not to sit in the same position for long periods of time. Get up, take a 5-minute break every 30 minutes. And if you're using your social media, spread positive, accurate messages. You may know of a friend who is living in total isolation, or a family member, or just a neighbor. Call them, ask them how they are, let them know you're thinking about them. Make them feel that they're not alone. Of course, if you go outside to do some exercise, you must remember the rules. Keep your distance 2 meters apart from anyone other than members of your household. I know we have all been told this so many times, but I repeat these essential rules very briefly because they may save your life and also help to save humanity. Today, I would like to talk to you about how to overcome these fears of anxiety, depression, insecurity, loneliness, and self-doubt. I want to talk to you about making the most of the real you. I want you to believe in you because the universe loves a believer. The key to everything negative in life is to turn it into a positive. If you can't change your circumstances, change your attitude. These emotions are simply an uneasy state of mind, usually based on unfounded fears. By having the determination and a very clear objective and the courage to take on any obstacles that may arise, you will find that these harmful fears were nothing more than a distraction from your great purpose. And also, they will prepare you for your life's journey into the unknown. Which brings me back to the butterfly. You are the butterfly of tomorrow, emerging from the cocoon of darkness into the brilliant light of tomorrow's golden journey. The coming period of freedom, enthusiasm, and economic growth will be the wind beneath your wings. You are beautiful, hopeful, talented, and now graced with a boundless opportunity to build and nurture a bold new future. But it all starts with making the most of the real you. When you start believing in yourself, amazing things will happen. There is no denying life is difficult and hard sometimes. So tough that we feel we have not got the strength to keep going. There are days when you feel like the storms will never end. At present, each one of us is in the same storm. This is why we have to remind ourselves that the only valuable solution is to get through it. This is when you embrace your innate power and say, I will survive because I believe in me. The most amazing opportunities will begin to happen and surround your life. Find and follow your passion is a sure path to a more fulfilling and happier life. You are perhaps asking, how do you find that passion when we are caught up in the stress of a pandemic? A little secret. You are surrounded by your passion. That is why you are all a big part of Model United Nations. When you believe in yourself and your abilities, your mind becomes open to all of the possibilities that lay before you. You were born with unique talents that are meant to be shared with the world. Believe in the ability to open up yourself to these gifts. Don't let this pandemic stop you from what you love doing best. It is just a matter of writing each day your me plan, your personal plan. Your passion will find you. And don't forget, always acknowledge other people's accomplishments and passions each day. Become the leader that is evolving within you. Positive thoughts transform into a positive mind. Thoughts are powerful, powerful manifestors of our created reality. The benefit of thinking positively are longer, healthier lifespan. Dwelling in negativity tends to draw more illness and major causes of death. Believe in yourself. Focus on only good things, challenging situations, and obstacles that are part of life. As more positive thoughts replace the negative, this will set you on a path to creating joy and opportunity wherever you go. Don't be afraid to ask questions and speak up. If you have a question or need clarification, speak up. If you are seeing another way a system within your office or personal life can work more efficiently, tell someone, speak up. Replace anxiety with gratitude. Negative talk and self-judgment are very dangerous to an anxious mind. When you start to believe in yourself, you will begin to focus on the positive things in the world around you. We are such a hungry society, always wanting more and forgetting what we already have or what others don't have. Look at the present moment. Look at your present moment. Can you breathe easily? Is your body healthy? Well, that is what you require right now. We cannot plan or see things clearly until we let go of our fears. Gratitude is where we create a blank slate. This blank slate clears the mind of all those fears. For the simple joys of life will slowly take over more of your thoughts, driving out the anxious self-doubt and negative emotional patterns, and allow you to feel stronger and more peaceful. You are not alone. Most of the people in the world today are feeling just like you. The state of your life is nothing more than a state of your mind. Become a catalyst for others' inspiration. Inspiration, not motivation, is the most important leadership quality. Inspiration is the spirit. It comes from within. Inspiration pulls you towards something that connects with your heart, mind, or spirit, or all of them. We are inspired by a circumstance or a person when we feel that inspiration through every vein of our body. We want to hold on to it for as long as possible. We are inspired. We are not thinking about the end when we are inspired. This is the positive influence you should have on your lives of the people that surround you. Others that inspire want to be just like you. You are their leaders. They are inspired to begin their own journey of self-discovery. Believing in yourself not only creates positive change for you, but it illuminates the path for others to find their own way. Share what you have, your knowledge and your power. Most of all, share your humanity. Motivation is for those who do not have a clear vision or purpose, and they seek help. But inspiration is a gift. the single most important leadership skill is having the ability to inspire, to infuse passion, energy, connection, and commitment, and direction to an organization's mission. If you believe you can, you can. And if you believe you cannot, you cannot. However, both you are right either way. When we fail to believe in ourselves, disaster strikes. When you start to believe in yourself, miracles happen. Days seem brighter, sleep becomes deeper, and that awful feeling of just another day is replaced with the hope for an exciting future. Take care of yourself. You are important. Everything looks different when you change your self-perspective. This will have a profound transformative effect on your life and those who know you. This is a rare moment in our lives when we are afforded the opportunity to reflect deeply about ourselves and the type of society we have building around us. We must not let the negative aspects of society we live in shape our thought, but rather let us use our thoughts to shape a positive, new society and a better world for everyone. This all starts by making the most of what we have inside us and quickly spreads through our family, neighbors, friends and colleagues, our cities and countries, and soon and most importantly, our Mother Earth, and gives her the care that she so rightly deserves. Trust in your inner wisdom, listen to those around you, and take their ideas into consideration. But the voice you must have the most faith in is your own voice. Take a good look in the mirror at yourself every day and say, I like that person I'm looking at. By teaching positive and kind thoughts around the world, you will become that beautiful butterfly. And so, my beautiful butterflies, spread your wings, set your course for the stars, and let nothing stand in your ways. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Her Highness. Actually, I wanted to say you that you are so lucky after listening to His Excellency's sentences and his speech. But I think I should say him that he is lucky because you are so wonderful, and we really like you. Okay, can you just stay here? I want to take a picture like this.
Thank you.
Here we go. Thank you very much. And yes, Binjan, you want to say something?
Well, I would like very quickly to say thank you for allowing us to be a part of this. It's a wonderful, wonderful cause, and we love to reach out to the young people of the world, and you have made it possible.
Thank
and
you.
Hopefully the few words that we've offered will make a difference to some lives out there.
Thank you very much. Actually,
may this not be the last time that we spread our words of wisdom to you beautiful young people.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
And I do have
Someone
to
is
say,
asking something.
Get a chair.
Any question?
Come, please.
Is there any question?
Raise the hand, Krishna Srivastava.
Yes, please. You are live. You can ask question.
Mr. Krishna Srivastava, ask your question.
Very quiet.
I think there is some connection problem.
Okay.
So I have a question. I'm asking, when are you coming to China?
I spend a lot of time in China. At the moment, I don't think we can go anywhere. I love China. We have many, many dear friends, and I have spoken at many universities. and so has my husband. And we have also, because he's very much involved in regenerative health at the moment too, he's working very closely with a lot of the large institutions. And yes, we adore. My next trip actually is I would also like to visit India. My husband's family many years ago, Baron Oscar von Cohorn, my husband's grandfather, a great industrialist, and he took a block of rayon and commercialized it. And he worked very closely. In fact, in 1958, he was partner to the Birla family. And today, the Birla family have now enormous organization and such a darling family. So we love the world and we love the different cultures and we want to help. We didn't have children. It just was one of those things that didn't happen for us. But we're surrounded by so many children in the world that that do call me mum or mama or Uma or whatever. But we both want, the children are the future. They are our future. And we have to help them. We have to give them so much courage, support, and belief in themselves. We can have all the wonderful degrees in the world, all the money and tea in the world, but without confidence and without belief, we have nothing. And it's our job, it's my responsibility, my husband's responsibility. It is our responsibility to go out there and assist these young people.
Okay,
Very
so
much so.
we have a question in chat box. I think you can see it. Can you?
No,
I
it hasn't
can't.
come up on
No,
our
it
screen.
hasn't.
No. Let me just see if I can adjust that. One moment.
Just click on the chat box and you can
Yes,
see the
yes.
questions.
Okay. Let me just see if I can read it from here. This is from Shamin Banu. No, from, let me see. From Remy to everyone. Is that it? No? Which is the question we should be looking at?
Last one from
The last one.
Have you both?
Oh, how to give faith in poor people during the pandemic as a good leader.
Right.
I believe that my wife probably encapsulated the answer to that more than anything else. And perhaps there were a few secrets in what I said as well. The first one is that faith has to start from within. It doesn't matter what you choose to believe in. It doesn't matter what you choose to follow. If you don't have faith in yourself, then you have no path to follow. And for any person, whether they be wealthy or poor, as I said earlier, we're all made of the same stuff, skin and bone. We're made of hope. We're made of dreams. And if you hold those dreams, regardless of your background, and you look at how other people are becoming successful and model what they do, you will be able to rise up. Poor background is a different thing in different cultures. If we have a look at what Dr. Vish told us a little while earlier, that there he was, a restaurant worker in 2001, and now he is a social leader, an educator, an author, and a mentor. And he has done that simply because he believed in himself. And it doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what your background, just look in the mirror, as my wife said, and tell yourself that you are special. And tell yourself that you have a future, a direction, and that you believe that you will achieve it. That is all you need to have a golden path ahead, even out of the darkness of this pandemic.
There is much we can do for our world, and we cannot choose the family we are born into. As long as we receive great love and support from our family, that's all that matters. Children are some unfortunate when they have amazing brains, amazing entrepreneurship, innovation, brains, but financially they are stuck. It is up to the world, people like ourselves, to help these children. They are the future of the world. And I think that, if I perhaps shouldn't get too involved in this subject, but there are so many millionaires in the world today. Really, do you really, truly need so much money? Do we really, really believe that we should allow poverty? No, there should be no poverty in our world.
I think one of the problems is that the wealthy people in the world don't really have a system for giving back, a good system, a reliable system. And there is no way of truly measuring the value of the gift that they do give. I think if the youth of today can put better systems in place, better systems to measure the real value of companies,
Yes.
better systems to measure the real value that individuals, wealthy people give back to society. And if they have more trustworthy processes to give back to society through scholarships, mentorships, to reach into countries that young people believe they never will have a hope, and give them hope and inspiration, that in itself is probably the most worthy ideal of the world going forward, because from those people will come the ideas that will resolve our problems, whether it be any one of the problems I listed. I believe my battery is going low. Excuse me for one moment. There we are.
Okay, that's better. I think that also it's really important that we send this message that Model United Nations, young students that are going to become our great leaders, we need to become more involved and send the message to the great millionaires of today to share. Sharing and being considerate. Consideration is far more greater than being a millionaire. There is, how much does it cost to set up schools all over the world to help these children? How much does it cost? They can afford it. This is what life's about. Let's make our world a sharing place.
And there may be a system to do this. There may be a system that counts, and it doesn't have to be the multimillionaires. It doesn't have to be the elite of the world. It actually can be all of us. If the United Nations could come up with a concept, let's call it One Day for Another, an organization where everyone in the world gives 1 day of service and 1 day of their salary to help other people in the world, 1 day for another. That organization could sign up large corporates, they could sign up all kinds of organizations and individuals and say to them, wear this badge for 1 day, show that you're giving service to humanity, but be a part of 1 day for another. And we will be able to, if people give 1 day of their salary, the organizations can then credit that money through to the organization, to the charity. If people want to give physical service, then for 1 day they will go out and they'll give service in the streets, in the hospitals, in the care homes. But every person can afford to give 24 hours out of 365 days of the year. They can give that to be of service. And if you have millions of people that give 1 day's salary or 1 day's service, what kind of a difference will that make to the world of tomorrow? But it has to start with the blooming of our future, the children today, the people who are smart, persuasive, and connected to take an idea like this and say 1 day for another is a fair deal. Let's all give 1 day out of 365, whether it be salary or service. Let's go forward and let's give that. That's just a suggestion, but that is the kind of thing that we could do for tomorrow's future.
I think there's another question.
Can you still hear us?
Yes, of course.
Oh, I think
have
there's
another
another question.
No question. There is a comment from Mia Sabati, actually.
There's a comment? Can you read it, Alan?
Yes, yes, indeed. Miss Abathi has said, very well said, reminds me of a quote I came across a while back, something along the lines of, the world has enough for everyone's needs, but not for everyone's greed.
I love that quote.
And I think that's absolutely
could
true.
not agree more.
We see that in the waste that this world produces.
नीचे बैठ के लेंगे आ जाएगा.
The people that throw away in a day enough to feed another person for a week. And that is sad.
It's very, very sad.
But we can shape that. We can change that. We can create a system, a process, if it has the support of the United Nations and the youth that drive the world's engine today. If it has that support, then maybe that greed will be wound back and there'll be a little bit more of a sense of giving, a little bit more of a sense of humanity and caring. And I would hope that somebody would jump forward, maybe would have the support. I can see Dr. Vish there. Maybe Dr. Vish can help to help lead us in the right direction. If every one of us start to contribute, let's take up the banner and let's try to make a change. Let's get everybody accountable. Do not attack people because they're wealthy. They are wealthy because they have followed a path of believing in themselves.
It's just help them understand.
Help them to learn how to help the world.
Yeah. I would also like to see less cruelty to animals. Animals are a deep passion to me. So we've got a lot to do. And I think that this pause in our life now has actually brought back good old-fashioned values.
Yes, yes.
For one start, more people are now sitting around the table with their families and eating. There's more cooking in the home today. There's less takeaways. There's less phones at the table. And that, to me, is a big plus. Not that I want this virus around, but I believe Mother Earth has sent us a great message.
Let's reset our values and let's use this as a foundation, not as a bad memory, but as an opportunity to change the world from now on. As my wife said, emerging out of the darkness, we are now butterflies facing the illumination of opportunity.
Yes.
And it's so true.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Honorable Sir, Madam, it was our honor to have you here on live. Thank you very much.
It was
pleasure.
our great pleasure, and we wish you the best of luck. And to all those wonderful young leaders out there, all I can say is go Tigers and win.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
And thank you.
Thank you.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, it was really, really very wonderful.
Yeah,
We are so mesmerized, isn't it?
I didn't see them moving. It was great.
Okay, so before we
Absolutely
introduce
great.
to our next speaker, if you remember in the beginning, I said that we will be having some youth talks. So in our upcoming youth talk event, we have some speakers. So Fabiola is live now. So I would ask her to introduce herself just for 1 or 2 minutes. Fabiola, can you hear me?
Yeah, hey guys. Hi, thank you so much, Dr. Kamal. I'm so honored to be here and so honored that I got to hear Mr. and Mrs. Vonkohor speak. I think honestly, guys, going on from what they said, I believe exactly what they said. Just to give you a little bit of my background, I'm a Canadian. I was born in Canada, but my parents were refugees from a very small country that maybe a lot of you or many people in the world don't know, called El Salvador. So a very poor country, is war-torn, and right now suffers from so much. But I'm honestly one of these products of somebody who believed in themselves. I am 31 years old. I now live in Guangzhou, China. And I've been able to create an organization called Global Friendship. And the essence is really to bring people from around the world together and bring meaningful impacts together, and whatever that may be, but it has to be meaningful, guys. We have one life to live here. We cannot spend it by complaining and criticizing the leaders and criticizing the rich people. You guys are the generation to come. Right now is the reset button for all of us. And it's a time for us to get united and do something, you know, beautiful for this world. We can do it, but we can only do it together. And I honestly believe that by building friendships around the world. Not only will it help you for your emotional status, but it will give you opportunities for maybe a profession, or maybe for a volunteer opportunity that you've been wanting to do, or maybe a romantic love. You know, there's just so many opportunities by building global friends around the world. And this is your stadium, guys. So I'm so excited to be able to share my talk with you guys in the next coming days. And I hope to see some of you there. I'm super passionate about education and super passionate about the young adults coming into this world. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Fabiola, and we are much looking forward to have a you talk to you in
Thank
upcoming
you.
days.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Ilya, next. Oh, great. So our next speaker, she was unable to come online, but she has shared her video message with us. So I would be playing her video message with you. Her name is Olga Lodisepakis, and she is the Prosecutor General of France. And let me share her message to you.
I'm Olga Ioannidis and I'm Prosecutor General. As all of us contribute in fight against COVID-19. This is a new reality in our lives which we have to understand and deal with it. Until today, I'm 68 days at home. In the very beginning of the quarantine was too hard to be far from your beloved people and colleagues, and you have to work from home. But I realized staying at home is one of the weapons to fight against COVID-19. You don't give him the chance to infect other people. You start to think more, to learn better yourself, and to appreciate the little everyday things. By staying at home, I don't fight only against COVID-19. I fight also against criminality that has been contained drastically everywhere in whole the world. You don't pollute the environment since the circulation is limited. I'm sure that the next day will be different. We will have won the battle altogether and we will see life more positively. Less crime, less pollution, spirit of love for the people who suffer. We will be a better world. And I wish to all of you hope and health. Thanks.
Okay. That was Olga Sipakis. Julia.
Yes, and our next guest is Dipali Saini. We will also share her video with you. She's a Bollywood TV actress, and she acted in many TV series and movies. She's actually in 10 years in this industry. And let's share her video, what she advised for us.
Okay, before we start the video, I would like to ask questions to people from different countries. Do you know anything about Bollywood? Do you like Bollywood or Indian movies? Yes, Ulia, you first.
Yes, I am one of the fan of Bollywood movies.
Okay.
And my favorite actor is Amir Khan.
Oh, great, great. Do you know any Indian song?
Yes, of course, many of them.
Wow.
That's really
I
nice.
watched maybe all the movies of Amir Khan and Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan.
Oh, that's really great. Okay, so have you watched any video of Dipali?
I searched from YouTube, then so.
Okay, that's really great. Okay, let me play her message for the youth.
It's me, Dipali Saini, and I'm from India, staying in Mumbai. I'm a television TV actress, and I just love to be part of this Global Youth Conclave 2020. So, guys, about me, I start my career in 2008, and I belong to a very small city. So 2008 में मैंने मेरे करियर को शुरुआत किया and then from my debut film Asar, I got Best Actress award from this movie. So in 2008 only I came to Mumbai and I started my career in Mumbai. And like I have done so many TV serials. I have done this Sankat Mochan Mahabali Hanuman, Jai Jai Bajrangbali, Doli Armaanon Ki, Sajende Pe Jhoot Mat Bolo, Aapke Aa Jaane Se. And as of now, I'm doing Devi show. It comes on Dangal's channel. I'm playing Manavati's character in the show. So I am a small town girl. एंड मेरा स्टडी भी कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ था जब मैंने काम करना शुरू किया था इंडस्ट्री में और शुरू शुरू में मेरे लिए बहुत टफ था मैंने बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स का सामना किया है प्रॉब्लम्स को फेस किया है एंड बट या see now I'm standing on my feet I have taken my all the responsibility so now I become little famous and you won't believe guys इतनी खुशी होती है जब आप घर से बाहर निकलते हो कभी कभी और आपको कभी कोई शॉपकीपर आप किसी मॉल में जाते हो मूवी थिएटर में जाते हो जब लोग आपको पहचान लेते हैं और वो लोग आपके पास आते हैं आपको ऑटोग्राफ लेते हैं आपके साथ पिक्चर पोस्ट करते हैं तो बहुत खुशी होती है बहुत सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलता है दिल को जब स्पेशली जब जब आपने अपनी लाइफ से इतना कुछ एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया हो तो या ये सारी चीज़ें मैंने अचीव की हैं मेरे लिए ये बहुत बड़ी बात है बिकॉज मैं जिस शहर से और जिस घर से बिलोंग करती हूँ हमारे घर में लड़कियों को घर से बाहर भी नहीं निकलने दिया जाता था एंड या जिस लड़की को घर से बाहर नहीं निकलने दिया जाता वो लड़की आज मुंबई में रह के नेशनल टीवी पे काम कर रही है बॉलीवुड में काम कर रही है तो वो एक उसके लिए बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट है तो ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट थी जो मैंने अपनी लाइफ में अचीव की है बट या स्टिल माय डेस्टिनेशन इज फार फॉर मी एंड या डेफिनेटली एक दिन मैं उससे पहुंच जाऊंगी और अभी मुझे बहुत काम करना है बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स करने हैं अभी लॉकडाउन खुलने का वेट कर रहे हैं एज यू नो गाइस द लॉकडाउन लाइक COVID-19 कोरोना वायरस थिंग इज हैपनिंग राइट नाउ सो या इट्स अ मेजर प्रॉब्लम अभी के टाइम पे तो बिकॉज वी नेवर एक्सपेक्टेड हमने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि हमें कभी इस तरह की महामारी और इस तरह की बीमारी से जूझना पड़ेगा बट या इफ वी आर टुगेदर नो इफ वी आर नॉट टुगेदर साथ नहीं रह के अगर हम साथ रहते हैं तो ही हम इस बीमारी से बाहर निकल पाएंगे तो ही हम इस बीमारी को अपने देश से बाहर निकाल पाएंगे बिकॉज देयर इज ओनली वन सोल्यूशन टू फाइट विद दिस प्रॉब्लम आप अपने घर में रहिए सेफ रहिए लोगों से ना मिलिए तो ही आप इस बीमारी से दूर रह सकते हैं इन मुंबई यू वोंट बिलीव गाइस ऑलमोस्ट 15,000 केसेस इन मुंबई so situation is very bad right now सो मैनी एरियाज कितनी जगहों पे रेड अलर्ट है हॉटस्पॉट बना दिया गया है इनफैक्ट मेरी बिल्डिंग के पास में भी कितने बिल्डिंग्स ऐसी हैं जो सील कर दी गई हैं जहाँ पे कोरोना वायरस के पेशेंट्स निकले हैं सो इट्स वेरी टफ टाइम एंड सम टाइम आई ऑल्सो गेट स्कैर्ड बिकॉज like if we are using precautions if we are staying at home only outside if you meeting people so how you know that like you know he is safe or not because बीमारी तो कैसे भी घर में आ सकती है वो तो सामान के साथ भी आ सकती है तो you have to take care of yourself just be safe stay home don't go out I'm staying home. I'm not meeting people. I'm not going out. I'm doing my activities from the home only. I do exercise. I cook food. I take care of my pets. And guys, ये तो बहुत अच्छा मौका है आपको आपकी फैमिली के साथ रहने का मौका मिला है जो लोग वर्किंग लोग हैं जो अपने फैमिली को टाइम नहीं दे पाते हैं जिनको टाइम नहीं मिलता है अपने परिवार को बीवी बच्चों को टाइम देने के लिए तो ये उनके लिए बहुत अच्छा समय है कि वो अपने घर बैठे अपने परिवार के साथ में एक अच्छा टाइम स्पेंड करें ही घर पे बैठे हूँ जबकि लोगों को घर में बैठने का मौका नहीं मिलता है चलो
Thanks for
Good message. Okay, back to Ulia.
Thanks Dipali for sharing her video. And I want to call Gunjan here if he can hear me. Gunjan?
Yeah. Hi.
Welcome back, Gunjan. Welcome on board.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm really sorry, for the inconvenience caused due to of some, internet interruption. I was went off, and that is the reason, I didn't share the entire screen and entire presentation with you all. But I'm, quite excited, and I'm really happy to Kamal that you are organizing this type of forum where we can actually exchanging our thoughts, understanding each other's much more better. And because first time in globally, right, after second world war, this is a time that where entire globe are affected with the this type of virus, and the people are facing this pandemic. And really it is a good time that we can as a few speaker told us that earth has already reboot the entire humanity. So definitely this is the right time to introspect ourselves and understand that what best we can do for our next generation, and how my next generation can get motivated through the task. And that's how I come up with this particular mindset program. And that mindset program actually, I'm just sharing with you all. And probably Kamal, while you uh, while I'm visible in my with my screen, just do let me know, then I probably share my thoughts with you.
You are already, yeah.
Yeah. Gentlemen, just allow me for a minute. Yep. Is my screen is visible, Kamal?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. So let me go back. Okay, so this was my, the presentation was taking care of the topic of entrepreneur mindset. Basically, this mindset is only one single things that people. I just heard a lot of speaker, starting from Dr. Waste, ending up with Ula, and everybody is talking about positive inspiration, and how this positive inspiration can be converted into an entrepreneur mindset, and how this mindset can work as a catalyst to your life and for your happiness. That we quickly ramp up with this presentation. Okay, first of all, as I already welcomed you all, once again I'm welcoming you all, and thank you so much to listeners, all the YouTube listeners, all the Facebook listeners, and as well as the house people who are associated with us in Zoom. This is a small introduction. Apart from my 14 years corporate life with Microsoft, different IT organization, I also socially active since 1992. I am active scout. I got a Rashtrapati Award, which is a president award, with the highest award. I got it from India in 2007, and as well as right now actively participate a lot of social and volunteer works with Red Cross, as well as Bharat Scouts and Guides, which is a scouting organization in India. Let's talk about this pandemic, right? This pandemic is not only things which we feel that it is bad for every society, or there's a lot of people are suffering with that, but there is a positive message also in that, because as some Bollywood actors Dipali has told us that this is the right time to spend a quality time, because everybody is busy in their own life, right? This is the right time to get into a family, involved with the family. I have two kids with me, where I'm enjoying with them, day in day out. It would be a great thing. So corona gives us an outbreak, and that outbreak actually gives us a lot of energy, and that energy pack will coming next things. This six small wishes every youngsters, every youth looking forward in their life: financial freedom, time freedom, you can say good health, and a lot of money, lot of wealth they are looking for. But how they can get those things? Let's talk about our country. Because in this forum I'm representing my country called India. So in our past history, 700 years history, if I go through with those history, we saw there is a lot of dynasty came here and rule us. Starting from Mughal, ending up with your British, everybody came here and ruling us. But with that situation, with those dynasty also, still, because we have a very rich heritage, that heritage taught us that how entrepreneur mindset can be work together, and how those entrepreneur mindset can be showcase a path to a global economy. So while I go through with a book called Poor Dad and Go Rich Dad, I do understand this entire society can divide it into four quadrants basically. One quadrant it's called employee, second quadrant called self-employed, third quadrant called businessman, and I is investors. What is the difference between these four type of people? Basically, one type of people who are employed across the globe, people are following, they are very framing their mind with a employee mindset, and they wanted to do a 8 hours job, and for that they are paying off. Second set of mind, or second set of people or youth, they wanted to do some idea, they wanted to self evaluate those idea, and they wanted to focus into their self employment. Then the third generation, or the third mindset would come, it is called business mindset. Business mindset people, they are just using a duplicate methodology towards their work. They actually duplicate their complete idea. They are people who are actually a business leaders. They are corporate people. They, what they did, they just copy their idea, and they make a more duplicate people in the world. Fourth type of people who are investors, they are basically using their money for themselves, for their businesses. So how we can become, if we are into employee quadrant, how we can motivate ourselves to into business quadrant, and how a business quadrant people can get into investor quadrant. That type of quadrant we can only get while we can have a focus and clear mindset that what happiness we can look for. And believe me friend, in coming slides you can got to know that what is the idea behind that. If those entrepreneur mindset can work for you all, I can assure you that this will be the future, and I hope that every individual need this type of luxury in their life. Now coming into this fact, what is that idea? That's called self motivation and vision. If a youngster, if a youth are self motivated, with this self motivation, they can do anything and everything in their life. But without self motivation, nothing can be work. That is also for sure. So let's understand that how the self motivation can work in corporate, and what is the situation leadership in corporate can look forward. Is this particular things, it is just a decision away. You all are a decision away from your life, where if you can focus, you can get those things done in your life. Now how we can get those decisions, what type of decision you should take on a right time. For that I just took a small video. This video can actually allow you what is the best way you can understand, and what is the best way you can encourage yourself in your life, as well as wherever you are working or whatever business you are engaging yourself, you can get into that. Just have a look on this video. Kamal, is my video is coming in with the audio?
No audio. So while you do screen sharing, there will be one option to share computer sound, computer audio.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing that. I'm sorry for this technical error. Yeah, I'm just. Is it now? It's audible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Once upon a time, a turtle and a rabbit had an argument about who was faster. They decided to settle the argument with a race. The turtle and the rabbit both agreed on a route and started off the race. The rabbit shot ahead and ran briskly for some time. Then, seeing he was far ahead of the turtle, he thought he'd sit under a tree for some time and relax before continuing the race. He sat under the tree and soon fell asleep. The turtle, plodding on, overtook him and soon finished the race, emerging as the undisputed champ. The rabbit woke up and realized that he'd lost the race. The moral of the story is that slow and steady wins the race. This is the version of the story that we've all grown up with. But our version of the story continues. The rabbit was disappointed at losing the race, and he did some thinking. He realized that he'd lost the race only because he had been overconfident, careless, and lax. If he had not taken things for granted, there's no way the turtle could have beaten him. So, he challenged the turtle to another race. The turtle agreed. This time, the rabbit went all out and ran without stopping from start to finish. He won by several miles. The moral of the story? Fast and consistent will always beat the slow and steady. It's good to be slow and steady, but it's better to be fast and reliable. But the story doesn't end here. The turtle did some thinking this time and realized that there's no way he can beat the rabbit in a race the way it was currently formatted. He thought for a while and then challenged the rabbit to another race, but on a slightly different route. The rabbit agreed. The turtle and rabbit started off. In keeping with his self-made commitment to be consistently fast, the rabbit took off and ran at top speed until he came to a broad river. The finishing line was a couple of kilometers on the other side of the river. The rabbit sat there, wondering what to do. In the meantime, the turtle trundled along, got into the river, swam to the opposite bank, continued walking, and finished the race. The moral of the story? First, identify your core competency, and then change the playing field to suit your core competency. The story still hasn't ended. The turtle and rabbit by this time had become pretty good friends, and they did some thinking together. Both realized that the last race could have been run much better. So, the turtle and rabbit decided to do the last race again, but to run as a team this time. They started off, and this time the rabbit carried the turtle till the riverbank. There, the turtle took over and swam across with the rabbit on his back. On the opposite bank, the rabbit again carried the turtle, and they reached the finishing line together. Both the turtle and rabbit felt a greater sense of satisfaction than they'd felt earlier. The moral of the story? It's good to be individually brilliant and to have strong core competencies. But unless you're able to work in a team and harness each other's core competencies, you'll always perform below par, because there will always be situations at which you'll do poorly and someone else does well. Teamwork is mainly about situational leadership, letting the person with the relevant core competency for a situation take leadership. And that is the end of the story.
I hope this video will actually, give a lot of message, how this we can take this situation ahead. So let's come back into the presentation. Whenever we are doing something in our life, always these two questions will come in our mind: how to do it and why to do it. If this why portion has been clear in our mind, then how can we make possible in any form? And that impossible can be also being break down into a I am possible. Let's understand, this is a very small picture, but this is very close to my heart. I always give this example whenever I share this screen or share this presentation with other people, that for example, a person who is standing up into the building, the another building, he has to go over there, but the second building has a fire, and he don't wanted to go over there due to of this reason. There is a fire and he don't want to go. But just imagine if that second building terrace has with a full of children or full of people who need help, then probably that person will not take another minute of thought to save his family over there. If your why is clear, you can do anything and everything in your life. So it is just how quick and how soon you can take your why big in your life. The moment why can big, how can automatically get a path to what to do and when to do and how to do. These three things is very important in your life, and if you can just focus in this why, how can be possible very easily. And that's how the entrepreneur mindset can work for you. Now let's understand. I will give you another 2 minutes. We'll give you a lot of key to success in your life, that you need to understand that what type of key and how you wanted to grab this key in your life. A cash. We all need cash. We all need money. But you see that the cash spelling it is instead of C, it is K. But what does this mean for cash? Actually, this is mean K for knowledge. If you're really knowledgeable person in your life, if you know the field which you are belonging, that those field are very much well-known field to you, and you are a knowledgeable person for that field, it will definitely give you success out of it. Second, it is called the mantra. The definition of cash stands for attitude. Do you have a positive attitude with that? With those knowledge, if you have a positive attitude, and then you can build the practice session, how you practice with your knowledge and attitude, that makes you are a skillful person, and those skills can actually give you a lot of other things. Then the habit, how much you are practicing. If you can do this formula again and again in your life, I can assure you the actual cash can come in your life, actual money, actual value can came in your life, and definitely you can help others people in your life. The second thing, which is very important, in this picture you see there's a person who is just in front of a mirror. He stand. While you start your day, it doesn't different that what type of past you have, whatever bad experiences you have, everything present is very important in your life, because future is always a mystery. Nobody knows tomorrow what can be happen to the world, to the individual, to the life and all. But today we are living in this moment. If you can make this moment proud, if you can make this moment positive, definitely you can get a lot of things in your life. The belief, and that can only be possible while you are believe yourself. Maybe whatever you are today doesn't mean, but what you actually look for in your future, that is actually meaningful, very very meaningful. If you see this picture, a cat actually seems herself into the mirror as a lion. So that's called that self belief, self motivation. The self belief can bring a self motivation. With these things, thank you so much. I'm really grateful to Kamal and give me this opportunity. And if any Q&A will be there, I love to handle those Q&A, or else I over to this mic to Kamal back. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you, Gunjan, actually, because not only the presentation, you are also helping us in our management work. Thank you very much, Gunjan. So our next speaker, I would like to introduce you. Can I have the poster, please? So he's our last speaker, actually, before we end our event. And definitely it's not the end. This is just a beginning. So this is just end of our first virtual global youth conclave. And we will be having some youth talks also in future. So for today, our last speaker is Ashwani Srivastav. Can I have his PowerPoint, please? Yes. So Mr. Ashwani Kumar Srivastav, he's advocate. He's practicing his advocacy and lawyer at the Allahabad High Court in Uttar Pradesh state of India. And he is also a Scout Messenger of Peace coordinator. He is working with the Smile Roti Bank and some other projects with some great objectives, and he's helping poor and homeless students, some children, and they are feeding them, providing them education. So he's very active in scouting and definitely a true messenger of peace hero. He is what I would say. And he's inspiring many youth, not only in the state, but in the whole country. So I would ask Ashwani to share his thoughts. Ashwani.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kamal. Thank you for your compliment, but not exactly. But it's great listener to you. But now my topic is United Nation. What is United Nation? The United Nation is an international organization founded in 1945 after the Second World War. It is currently composed of 193 member states. The mission and work of the United Nations are guided by the purpose and principles contained in the founding charter. Is the most important thing in United Nations. There are 6 official languages of the United Nations. These are Arabic, Chinese, English, French, Russian, and Spanish. And main bodies of United Nations of 6: the General Assembly, Security Council, Economic and Social Council, and Trustship Council, the International Court of Justice, and the Secretariat. One thing more, the United Nations is the most important body in the Secretariat. Is the Antonio Guterres, the General Assembly. General Assembly is the main and the packaging in the representative organ on the UN. All 193 members state of the United Nations represent in the General Assembly. So now, sorry for yeah, is the most important thing. United Nation. United Nation is the sixth body to contain the world. The main body is the Security Council to deciding the role of the world. Thank you very much. Over the Kamalji.
Thank you very much, Ashwani. So this is the end of our speaker list for today. And as I said earlier, and this is again to remind you that this is not the end. This is just the beginning for us. So those who will be interested and they think they are the youth leaders, change makers, they have ideas, definitely feel free to send us their details. And we will be really very happy to share your ideas with the world. And definitely we will be doing and sending you the updates about our upcoming events through Facebook, YouTube, and other social media platforms. So next 5 minutes, these are the last session. This should be actually 30 minutes, but we do apologize that we didn't get enough time for this session. But I would like everybody, I could see that there are some people, those who are continuously with us since beginning, and I would like to convey my gratitude and sincere thanks from the whole organizing committee that they are with us since the beginning here of the conference. Like Mia Sabati, thank you very much, Mia, and your talk was wonderful. And I could see that you are with us and you are sharing your insights in chat box as well. Thank you very much. Then we have some more people. Let me read all names.
The people who are actually logging from their mobiles and with the name of the mobile, it is very difficult to understand who are they. I just request all the people, they can just right click into their profile and just make rename into their profile with their appropriate name. It is easy for us to understand who are they. And because few people are just switched off their video, so we cannot recognize them. So it is better that if you can just rename your profile, because there's few profile is coming in Samsung, few are Galaxy A20. This type of profile is coming in, but we are unfortunately
Please look at your video. It will be in corner what your name is reflected here. So I'm just reading some names, those I can see. Braj Babu, he's from International Youth Peace Committee, I think. Then Chandra Shekharji, Dr. Vishnath, definitely he's with us with his blessings. Dr. Amos Makalele we have. And I could see there is one lady with the name of Galaxy A20. She's also with us since beginning. And Imami is with us. Jesse Ching is still with us. Thank you very much. Krishna Srivastav, Mohit Prasad, Rachel is still with us. Great. Someone with the name of Samsung SMG995. Sharmeen Babu is also very interactive with us. Thank you very much, Sharmeen ji. Then Steven sir, we are like honored to have you. Vajrank Vishwarupa ji, that's really nice to have you. Vivian Wong, I think she's from China and she's with us. Thank you very much. Azam Khan is also from New Delhi. He's also a scout from Uttar Pradesh state in India. He's with us. Thank you, Azam Khan ji. Munna Thakur is also connected with us. So I'm giving you 2 minutes if someone has any question or any feedback to share with us. Please unmute yourself. Your video will be reflected automatically. And you can share your feedback. Yes.
Hi, this is Braj. I'm from India. Actually, I have one query from your side. Actually, in migration level has been increased during COVID-19. How can be stable? What's the youth contribution?
I think first Braj can continue.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Ask
better
one
that
by
if
one.
people can raise their hand,
Raise their hands,
and then probably we can unmute them and they can talk. Okay, let me unmute. Okay, you can unmute yourself. Yeah, you can unmute. Galaxy to A20. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, Babu, we are hearing you.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
She's telling something. Galaxy A20.
But you know, she
I
unmuted.
can see thumbs up.
She unmuted, again muted. You are muted right now. You have to unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, I did it actually.
Yeah, now you can speak. We can hear you.
Yeah, can you tell your name and share your experience?
Hi, I'm sorry, I'm reading my name. My name is Jean from Sri Lanka.
Okay.
It's great opportunity to join this event. Sorry for that, and not rename my name. It's a bit hard to rename. I'm using the mobile phone. Actually, it's great experience. It's nice to meet you all from the around the world.
Thank you very much. Yes, Braj Babu, you are on mute now.
Yeah, hello. This is Braj. Actually, I'm from India. Actually, is there a migration level has been increased during to this COVID-19? And so, what's the suggestion behalf of the youth, or what can be our contribution for over there? How can be stable for itself?
I think Dr. Vishnath, are you available?
Yeah, I'm there. Yeah.
Yeah, Braj Babu, could you please repeat your question again? So, Dr.
I'll repeat it. I'm from India. Is there a migration level has been increased during COVID-19? And what's responsibility for youth, and how can we contribute to stabilize of migration level? Actually, interstate migration has been day by day increasing there. So how can we stable? Could you say any
See,
suggestions?
Braj, it's a very good and very important and question at a very right time. In fact, today morning I have seen an update in Indian paper that reverse migration also has started back, right? From some states, where there is lack of employment and people move to cities for employment, they went back and they also came back now. So that really made me think. So, one thing is, all, with time things will settle is one thing, and the think tank of the government and governance is also doing a lot to address this. That's one thing. And as a youth, as a responsible youth, what you could possibly do is, wherever, whenever we come across, if you're using social media platforms, try to propagate the positive thing. Normally we see people pushing negative stuff. Oh, what is this happening? No, you calm down, you push positive, and they get shared, they get spread. And if you get an opportunity to talk to those group of people who are kind of involved in outward and inward migration, if you have opportunity, please talk to them. And when you talk to them, they would talk to their peers and their network, and that would spread. So that's what I think I could say. And any other opinions, please?
Yeah, thank you so much. But it's not a problem only for India. It's a problem at all over the world, because every Indians has been come from the some other countries that belongs to this type of the pandemics. So it's possible to return back to other countries after this COVID-19 from their India and some other countries.
See, Braj, at this point of time, across the world, they're still looking for the curve to get, you know, steep down. It's not happening now. It has come down little, and also the peak has gone up. So we all expected we all expected that by in April third week or fourth week the curve would go down, but still up. And the lockdown got extended to May end now. So the possibility of a lot of things happening, we could strike in first week of June possibly. Never know. We never know what would happen around 1st June. But the good thing is there is a great probability that the vaccine would come up, by end of August or September 1st. A lot of human trials are happening across the world in various countries. So we have to keep fingers crossed, and we have to be hopeful, and we have to wish that things will fall in place and get speed up. Yeah.
Okay, next question is from Gunjan Chobe. He's
Yes.
Yep.
Sir, I have to say one thing about the youth of the world. To have a good education in my mind to spread the social harmony. Nowadays, we are facing the corona pandemic, and in this pandemic, we have a human being minds in our hearts to face the problem, to eradicate this pandemic. And we have now. It's our duty to do the service to the humanity. That is the motto of good education.
That's true. That's true. We truly believe in that sentence, actually. And that's why we gave the name to our session, that youth in action and we need direction. Because if youth is in a proper way, in a right direction, then everything becomes easy. And
he is a member of Uttar Pradesh of Bharat Scout and Guide.
The future of the world depends upon the youth of any society, of any country. If you see these countries, those who are like already developed now, that is because their generations, because they have sacrificed a lot. The youth of those countries, they work really hard. So if you talk country wise, like I'm Indian, definitely. So the future of India depends upon the youth of India, and future of Sri Lanka depends upon the youth of Sri Lanka. If we will not support our country, nobody will do that. Nobody will come to us and say that, okay, your country, our country will not become great just in dream or just by leaders. It's our basic duty to follow the administration, to help them. Even in this situation, you can see that in pandemic, if we will follow the rule, if we stay at home, if we support the administration, if we maintain a social distance, then definitely we can stop this pandemic, right? Because we can break the chain. So yeah, that's it from my side now. So we can have one more question. Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Any feedback?
No, sir. It's a very good global. First time I joined this seminar, sir. That's very good, motivating, innovating, and now the need of the world to change the mind of youth to face the problem of world.
Right.
Great, Kamal. Thank you so much. I on the behalf of the entire team, I wanted to give a vote of thanks that it is your brainchild. You bring us all together, and thank you so much. It's a very innovative idea. Since morning we are enjoying this entire event, and it's went very good, and we get a lot of good and very young speaker. I use the young speaker because their idea is very young, and they are motivating the entire youth with their idea. And once again, Kamal, it's a heartiest gratitude from the complete team, and thank you so much to give us this opportunity to speak with everybody.
Pleasure is mine, Gunjan.
I have
Okay,
something to say as well.
okay, doctor.
Let me tell you uh, one thing, that these 4 hours have been of immense value. The reason is, always I come across one line: each person in the universe is unique reflection of the universe. Every person who is having a thought is unique reflection of this universe, and we have to listen to them. Today, we have listened people from various countries, various age groups, various genders, from various backgrounds, and some of those things I've never heard till date, and I could hear them today, and it was very inspiring and very informative. And I know I told, right, you know, uh, you know, age and wisdom, they go hand in hand, and it was immense valuable day. Dr. Kamal, I thank you very much, and the Kamal's team, who had supported him. I also thank you equally for all the effort, because I know what all it needs to, organize this kind of level and sustain, and all these Facebook, LinkedIn, live connections and all. And it's wonderful experience. And let's, I wish more power to you and to your team to do more such events and to add more value to this world and humanity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. So I think Mia, Rachel, and Jesse is still with us. Can you hear me, Jesse? Jesse Jing, Rachel, Mia Sabati? Jesse Jing, Rachel, Mia Sabati. Can you hear me? Okay, Mia Sabati. So, from like on behalf of my whole team and all audience and everybody connected to the Model United Nations program in the whole world, we convey our sincere gratitude and thank you to you that you joined us and you were with us like throughout the whole event. I know it was like 5 hours. We were supposed to have like only 4 hours, and I know you have a very busy schedule, and you gave us like lots of time. Thank you very much. So I would like to hear some feedback from your side, Mia.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm still like, I can't believe now you just said it's been 5 hours. I didn't even realize, because there's just so many inspiring speeches and so many new ways to look at things and trying to make the most out of this. I heard so many points of views and so many new perspectives that I never would have gotten in any other place. So I'm very happy to walk away from this with a lot more in my brain than I could have had collected in my own lifetime. So it's just so valuable to hear from people who live in different countries, who come from different backgrounds, who are dealing with different issues that we ourselves are dealing with. And it's so exciting. I hope I get to do this again, or I will follow you in the future. I already subscribed to the channel. I will be keeping it.
Definitely. We are looking forward to have you on our youth talks. That would be great.
I would love that. That would be so exciting. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Every
Yeah,
person.
Rachel, are you there? I think Rachel is with us, but let me check.
Here. I'm here.
Yes. Yeah, final remarks or feedback from your side, Rachel.
Yeah, because I'm ready to go out right now, so I just like change my clothes right now. So I'm really appreciate this time. I heard a lot of very inspiring. So I think yes, we are like family. We come from like different country, and we all have the similar opinions. Like we should believe ourselves, and we all should be inspired by us, by ourselves. So also we should like support each other. Like you're really amazing organizers this like wonderful speech. Like we can share the information and ideas with each other, and we know we all together. I really appreciate
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
much. Yeah.
Like personally, me also, I'm very talkative. Like when you give me time, I can talk 2 hours, 3 hours. And first time I'm like hosting the event. So I'm letting other people speak. Usually that's not my habit. When I go anywhere, I'm just speaking and other people are listening. So it was opposite this time. And when Solidi was asking me a question that what did you do anything first time when? So I was telling I'm listening to people first time.
All right,
So
that's
this was
great.
wonderful experience for me. And everybody was like so amazing, truly amazing. You could see that everybody, like they are from different background, they are truly inspiring, and we can understand from experience of life of each other, and we will find that everybody's same, like there's no difference. Why people are fighting, why there are like so differences? When you try to understand them, then we'll find that we share the same feelings.
Yeah, we have the same feeling about everything, I thought.
Exactly.
All right, okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
So one last, anybody? Last comment, compliment, feedback, question? And feel free to follow our Facebook page or YouTube channel. And my information is already there. You can just connect to me through WeChat, WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, anything, anywhere. So feel free to join and share your feedback even after the live telecast. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Here we end today's session. And stay blessed, stay safe, and enjoy your day. Looking forward to see you soon in future. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. Scout salute.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.